Fellas, today I'm talking to you. Furthermore, I'm talking to the dads today. Are you tired of having that big belly?
Ooh, who are you hiding in your belly?
Are you tired of having those love handles that hang over on the side? Fat. Is your New Year's resolution to get rid of that body fat and trim down and look healthy?
Yes, sir!
Well, I'm going to go through what it takes for you to not only lose that substantial amount of body fat, but you to look healthy and have a much more happier life. Here on Exchange for Gains.
Let's exchange your mind out. Exchange for what? Exchange for gains. Don't let Jim get lost at the moment. Let's turn that to a lifestyle. We ain't getting any younger. Why fall to the side and lie down? Give it those plates, I'll push that. The only food ever put in my body be good. I don't wanna look good when I look back. I wanna look wham. This trend to get fitness, trust to the process.
What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Exchange for Gains. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go for the dads today. We're going to target the dads today in terms of getting rid of that quote-unquote dad body. Being a father for nearly 3 years now, I've been through the phase where before my daughter was born, I had I wouldn't say I had a bare belly, but I had a body where nothing was structured. My stomach just stuck out. It wasn't overly fat, but it did stick out. My sides were just not, trim or anything like that. And I thought to myself, you know what? I want to do something about it. I want to lose that substantial amount of body fat. I don't want to have kids where I can't run after them, or within 5 minutes I'm absolutely knackered. Reason because I'm carrying so much body weight. Today I'm going to go through what it takes in order for you to lose that substantial amount of body fat. It consists of 5 key things. You do these 5 things, stick to it, and I'll guarantee you will shed the weight. You'll be able to run after your kids. You'll be able to have a much more healthier lifestyle. Your mindset and your mental health will be absolutely fine in regards to sort of like not worrying about your weight so much if you stick to these 5 principal things what I'm going to share with you today. So first things first, the majority of the time a lot of us put on weight simply because we don't have time for fitness. Being a parent, whether you're a mum or dad, sometimes we find it so difficult to fit in fitness with work, fitness with the kids. It's so hard. I've been there. This is where you have to balance your fitness and your lifestyle. Something has to give. Whether it's a program you like to watch during the day, perhaps on a weekend, or perhaps it's a series that after work you tend to come home and watch. That hour, you're going to have to give up that hour, perhaps record it, but you're going to have to give up that hour and hit the gym. This is what Exchange for Gains is all about. It's about incorporating fitness within a busy lifestyle. So where you have work, or you may have the kids, perhaps any free hour, or even if you have half an hour, perhaps do a half an hour session. Maybe you can go for a walk. Maybe you can go for a run. Maybe if you're lucky enough, you can go to the gym. If you've got someone to perhaps look after the kids during that particular period of time. But you're going to have to make some form of sacrifice in order for you to hit the gym, first and foremost. So that's tip number 1. The first one is you're going to have to try and balance your work, your kids with fitness. That is key. My second tip, I've touched on it on my previous videos before, is your mindset. It's your mind. How much really do you want to lose weight?
I want it.
How badly really do you want to lose that bare belly, so to speak?
I want it now.
You might say you want to lose it, but do you really want to lose it? If you really want to lose it, you'll lose it. If you really want to do something, you'll go all out to lose it. And that's where your mindset comes into play. How strong-willing are you? Because us dads, it's not only dads, it's mums as well. We have the same mindset where sometimes we say we're going to do something, we want to do it, but in the end we just can't be bothered. Or something comes in the way, and then we forget about it. That was me prior to 2020. I said I wanted to have that 6-pack look. I said I wanted to shred down. I said all of these things. But you know what I ended up doing? Chilling at home, buying takeaway, hitting the clubs, drinking, spending my money on rubbish. Literally. And all I did when I did go to the gym, I didn't have any form of training plan. All I did was want it to look good with my arms, because that's all I'm showing really. So my second tip is your mindset has to be right. You have to want it. You can't just say that I want to get fit, start off for the next first 2 weeks and then give up. Or something comes in the way and you're not willing to try and work around it or incorporate fitness within that routine or within that lifestyle what's currently come up. You have to want it. And if you really want it, you'll get it. So tip number 2, make sure your mindset is correct. Tip number 3 is to have a training plan in place. Right, so tip number 3 goes with a lot of things, to be honest with you. Tip number 3 goes with working out. You don't necessarily need to hit the gym. Yes, hitting the gym, because it's got all the equipment and so on and so forth, does help a lot when it comes to losing weight. But you can literally lose weight by going for walks, going for a run, or doing some form of cardio. You got to remember, when it comes to losing any form of weight or body fat, nutrition, I would say, is the absolute key. You have to be in a caloric deficit in order for you to lose weight anyway. So nutrition is going to have to be key. Again, I'll go back to myself as an example. I was on chips, burgers, all that kind of frozen food stuff, turkey drummers, sausages, like you name it, all that kind of frozen food stuff. I was on it. And back in the day, I was thinking, why did I lose weight? I'm going to the gym, but I was eating absolute crap. I was eating absolute crap, and I didn't even know what if you said to me like 5 years ago, you need to be in a caloric deficit, I wouldn't even know what you're talking about. So in order for you to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. And not only that, you need to ensure that your nutrition is on point. When I say on point, ensure that you're eating your lean meats. Ensure that you're eating your veg. Do not cut out carbs. Do not cut out carbs, and make sure when you are drinking, make sure you're drinking water, your natural juices. Don't try to cut them. I'm not saying you should cut out the fizzy drinks completely. I'm not saying you should cut them out completely, but limit them to sort of like a minimum. Do not drink fizzy drinks too much, because again, that bloats you up. Listen, I have my hands up now. To this day, I will still drink a fizzy drink. I will still drink it, but I will limit it to a minimum. I won't go over the top with it. So ensure that your training schedule is on point. Go for daily walks. That walk could be anything between 45 minutes to an hour. You might not think it's doing nothing for you, but if your diet is on point and you're going for walks, you are burning calories. You're already in a caloric deficit anyway. So if you're in a caloric deficit and you're walking, burning off more calories, the weight's gonna go. It might not go through, the stomach might not go straight away, but over a period of time, it will go. So ensure that you're incorporating a good training plan. That training plan doesn't even need to be professional. It can be your particular training plan that you've actually scheduled yourself together. You've conducted your own training plan that you can stick to. Something that you're comfortable with. It could be 3 walks or 4 walks per week for an hour, and you're in a caloric deficit. I guarantee within 3 months, you look like a totally different person if you stick to the plan. So ensure your training plan is on point. Tip number 4, which to be honest, this is what helped me a lot as well, is cutting out the alcohol consumption. Again, don't get me wrong, you can drink. In order for you to lose weight, it doesn't mean that you cannot drink. You can drink, but bring it down to a minimum. I'll give you a perfect example. A pint of lager, that will bloat you up crazily. 3 pints will make your stomach bloat out. And if you're consistently doing it, it's just gonna get bigger, like a snowball. The more lagers, the more pints you have, you're basically digging yourself into a hole when it comes to trying to lose body fat or any form of weight. So cut the alcohol down to a minimum. Like I said, you can have maybe 1 or 2 drinks per month. If you can do that, you'll lose weight. If you're someone who drinks on a regular basis right now, try and reduce it. I'm not saying you should cut it out completely, but try and reduce it. And then as time goes on, reduce it further. Just make sure your alcohol consumption is to the very minimum. Like I said, these things can allow you to put on a lot of weight. Not only the alcohol, but ensure that your diet is correct. Ensure that you're cutting down on the junk food to a minimum standard. Again, I'm not saying you should cut it out completely, because if you're just first starting off, it's going to be extremely hard for you to cut out something that you've been eating for the past, 5 to 10 years on a regular basis. But try to cut it down to a minimum. The kebabs, the chips, the burgers, the saveloys. Don't get me wrong, I've been there. To this day, I will literally love a pizza. I still eat pizza, but I don't eat it on a regular basis. Because imagine this, imagine you're working your ass off in the gym. you're working, you go 4 days a week, you work so hard. You're doing everything right in the gym, but you're eating junk food. You're just wasting your time. You literally will be wasting your time because you're working hard in the gym, but you're eating crap. So you might not necessarily be in a caloric deficit. And if you are in a caloric deficit, you're not eating healthy foods. You're just eating crap. So maybe perhaps if you are going to eat junk food, if you are going to do the kebabs, the pizzas, the burgers, the chips, maybe have it as a treat maybe once a week. If you can't do once a week, maybe twice a week, but just cut it down. At the moment, my plan is I have junk food at the end of every month. So maybe towards the end of the month, I might have a pizza with some garlic bread, or I might have, you know, some chicken and chips from a shop, or whatever it may be. But I've cut it down completely. And again, this had to happen over time. I couldn't just do it like that. It didn't work like that. I had to literally gradually reduce my intake on junk food. So that is my next thing. Ensure that your nutrition is on point. Work at it. It's a working process at the end of the day. And like I said, if you count all three in terms of your mindset, your training plan, and your nutrition, that body is going to change. That body will change. I'm guarantee it. And not only that, if you're consistent at it, give yourself 6 months. Take a picture. If you're starting today, take a picture today. Do everything that I've just said and see where you are in 6 months' time. And if your body has not changed and you're in a caloric deficit, message me, because I would not believe that. So my final tip of the day, when it comes to all these things in terms of trying to lose that dad body, enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. I mean, you can't go for a training plan, or you can't set yourself a target and not enjoy it. Like I said, if that's the case, you're just going to give up. You're going to give up after maybe 3, 4 weeks, even 6 weeks. You're just going to give up. So enjoy the process. And remember, these things take time. You know, don't believe everything that you see on social media, or everything you see on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. Don't believe everything you see. Some of it's true, don't get me wrong. Some of it is true, but some of it's clickbait as well. In terms of losing body fat within 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, and you've gone from huge to fit. Some of it's just clickbait, and some of it's just, you know, entertainment, so to speak. But ensure that you're enjoying it, and be patient, because these things will take time. It will take time. Like I said, you've seen me. If you've seen my previous videos, you've seen how I was before and how long it took me to be where I am now. I was not exactly huge. I wasn't a huge guy. I was out of shape, but I wasn't exactly huge. And it took me, I would say, 9 months in order for me to shred down. 9 months to a year for you to really see the difference. So enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy your workout plan. Make sure it's suitable for you. Make sure you're incorporating that fitness into your business lifestyle. Make sure you're making those sacrifices. But make sure your mindset is right. Because if your mindset's right, your mental health is right. And if your mental health is right, then you're going to enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, you're going to be consistent. See, always up. Like I said, just be patient with yourself. Don't watch what anyone's doing. Don't watch what he's doing, she's doing, they're doing. Just ensure that you're focused on your goal, and I guarantee you'll reach your target. You'll get rid of that dad bod. You'll be able to run around with your kids, play football with them. You know, if I didn't change my mindset, or if I didn't have that sort of like changing the way I wanted to look, I don't think I'd be able to run after my little one. It'd be impossible, because she's fast. I'm not gonna lie, she is fast. And daddy has to be on his toes to keep up with her. But now, because I've, you know, shedded that body fat and I've shredded down to a nice lean weight, I can run after her, no problem. I can run after her, and I cannot feel tired. How about that? But yeah, just ensure that you incorporate these 5 things that I've just mentioned in the video, and you'll be well on your way. Okay, my good people, that's all from me for today. If you're feeling this channel, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It will help the channel out big time. This year, I know I initially said I'm looking to hit sort of like the 500 subscriber mark, but we're changing that. We're going to go from between 5 to 1,000 subscribers this year, 2023. Why not aim big, right? even though I'm sort of like starting off as a small YouTuber, why not aim big? So yeah, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, add me up on the socials, the Instagrams, the Twitter, the TikToks. The name is The Ron Official, so make sure you hit me up in there. But until next time,
That's all, folks.
Wait, lost a ball, kid in the right place, we'll hope it rolls. Exchange for gains. Move it, Karen. Time I make those lifestyle changes. Do it like Darren. Waking.